So the plan is now that we need these banana plants down, so we have to plant them in a few days. He's got his climbing Crocs on. Plus there's the 6-8 foot hole below and filled with water. So
I'm gonna wait to get the umbrella.
the other day was payday, so nobody showed up yesterday because they get the day off. And then today there's 4. I thought there was 2, but then they started popping out of the walls. So today's excitement was the plans, the master plans, the blueprints, which are down at City Hall. They called Jen and said that when they measure the plans, because the plans say the scale is 400 to 1, and when they measure it, it's not 4 centimeters, it's only 3.5 centimeters. And that she should come down and see the boss, and then they could fix that. Which, if the guy's never read that's a Filano, it's a Yamaha Filano Grand Filano hybrid. But anyways, so they want Jen to go down and visit the boss and obviously give him money, and then he'll say the plans are okay. So has he never seen a plan before? Because I can't explain it. But anyways, I tried to explain it to Jen. She's like, yeah, that makes sense. Because some of the scale is 400 to 1, and then that's on the entire house pictures. And then when they're zoomed in on certain elements of the house, like the plumbing and things like that, it's down to 75 to 1. So anyways, the thing that they just dropped down, those are, they actually use them for fishing. And then there's a hole on that little basket. Where am I pointing? Yeah, over here. There's a hole in the little basket where the fish go in and they can't get back out again. And so for the ceremony, when it was still laying flat, I was putting money into them. And that's when I realized that when you stick your finger in the hole, it doesn't come out. I don't know if you were a kid in the 70s, but we used to have those wet ones that used to pop out. I mean, they still have them now, but back in the day, it was one of those small holes, and it was like cross-hatched, so it was like quarters and like a cut in quarters. So every time you stuck your finger in, it was a tough time to get it off. So Mom would have to like rip the lid off the container and then pry them back on the inside. Anyways, so there's the tools going up. Snip the red wire, buddy. Here we go. Nope, did the right one. Okay. Well, the roots have been up there for a few days, so I don't know if this can even grow, but that's the thing. And then Jen wants the umbrellas back as well. Obviously, they're not going to stay up there when they build the place, and yada, yada, yada. But anyway, so the architect that designed the plans, who's from sort of Bangkok, he's an engineer, and they've been approved by different engineering people. The structure engineer approved them, and anyways, so he's going to go have a talk with the guy in charge of this town, village, and find out what he wants. So yeah, I mean, they've got some holes dug, obviously. Some are getting deeper than others. They do fill them up with water to soften the dirt so they can dig them out easier. They found this big thing here, this big stump or something. That was, where is it? Right here. That was pushed into the hole at one time because it's not attached to anything around it. So they've all been, I don't know for how long, they've been like standing on it and pushing it back and forth. And I told Jen, just tell them to forget about it and keep digging more holes, because they're gonna need more holes. I would say they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 holes. And there's 23 to do. So you can still see some of the stakes sticking up. All the stakes that were in this area, they've just hammered them into the ground because of the ceremony that was here. And the raising of these first two towers were actually like laid down here, and so but we do have the electricity that's set up. I refused to bribe the water guy, and so we still don't have water, but he wants 9,000 baht. Divide that by 25, and guy said otherwise it's gonna take a week. I said we got a week, we got years. This guy's a recycle guy. He'll collect pop bottles, well, plastic bottles, cardboard. He'll actually, if you have cardboard, well, if you have recyclables, he pays you half the price of what he gets for them, and then he'll take them in and get the refund. So he makes half of it, and most people here just, you know, save them up and give it to the guy. They don't take the money for them, but he's willing to pay half of it. Although I just noticed he went right past his pop can here, so maybe he's not the aluminum guy today. But they have these garbage cans, which are like the old 45-gallon plastic jugs. And the city looks after them. Nobody really has to have your own, but and they pick them up every morning. They empty them, or every morning that they're working. They empty them every 5 o'clock or so. They drive up this street. Soy. This was here, another thing that we had to put down on the corner of the property. And for a few days, it still had like the bananas and the fruit and stuff in it, which I was surprised because there's so many dogs here at nighttime. Soy dogs. But, oh, yeah, he's down. Now he's going up the second one. Guy climbs like a ringtail lemur from the Pacific Northwest. Okay, now where is that a reference from? Anybody? Seinfeld. Actually, this person right here with the hat, with the blue white hat, it's a woman. She was the one that, if you saw the video before, she was like carrying all these rocks a bucket at a time to mix up with the cement. She does everything barefoot. The guy up here, he does everything barefoot too, only right now he put his climbing Crocs on. But yeah, after today we're gonna go look at some stuff in some stores where air conditioning is, hang out, maybe check out some kitchen setups, just different things. Sometimes people see movies here during the day because of the air conditioning. The movies here are the same as at home. When they're first released, they're in English for the first couple of weeks. And they're only like $2 or $3, not like 12 or 15 at home. And of course they do have the reclining chairs, and you can order food and do all that stuff. Just like at home. This family here, they're all nurse and doctor and neighbors. So that's good. If I have a jammer, I'll just stumble across the street and bang on their gate. Their gate might be electric, so I may test it first. Have to pee on it or something. See if I get a shock. But yeah, those are the neighbors here. This neighbor here, her daughter owns Bed and Bath, which is a really good restaurant that I go to often for, not for baths, but not for bed. Actually, I go there for breakfast and occasionally lunch. This house here is also owned by Jen, and this is on her property. This used to be all one big property, and so her aunt is living in this house now, so she's going to leave her in that house. So she built this fence here. Well, she had it built. Actually, Gamer built it. Good work, Gamer. And then, so now she's taken this property. So this is the smaller of the two halves. If they were halves, they're not, because that side is bigger. So in the future, she could always build a bigger house or rent it out or do whatever. I don't know what long-term here is. All right, so that's the update. The holes haven't progressed too much. They found a stump. They've been out for a while. They had a day off because it was payday. They have a new extension cord. We've got the power. I showed you the jig already for bending the frames. They have all the rebar here. We've got the smaller ones for making the brackets, which go around every like 6 inches or so. They've got their custom outhouse. Got more sticks here. Oh my God, nicest thing is their outhouse. So they dug a really deep hole. Wow, this is really nice. Good gosh. So they dug a super deep hole, and then they put a concrete you know, same as at home, those concrete plumbing pieces. And then they put their squatter on top. That's the nicest thing they've built. Jen, did you see their squatter? It's really nice. It's really nice. It's nicer than the ones at the gas stations. And that's saying a lot. Okay, he hasn't jumped yet, he hasn't fallen. Gonna have to get some water on those roots. Okay, down he comes. So anyways, gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna take off, leave these 4 out of 15 that were here on day 1. Day 1, everybody had a hole. There was 15 people. Everyone was digging furiously. Next day, a few less. Next day, a few less. Next day was payday. So nobody showed up the day after that. And then today's the day, the next day. But they did come on the pole raising ceremony day, which was Saturday, so they didn't do too much work that day. But they got fed that day. Jen had the big feast. So, and all the neighbors and locals. Oh, he's going, he's going, he's going, he's going. Almost a YouTube sensation.